You better start today. Hoda and Jenna. Hoda and Jenna. It's the only way. Hoda and Jenna. Hoda and Jenna. They make you feel like everything's okay and put a smile up on your face. Let's celebrate. Hoda and Jenna.
Hey guys, welcome. Happy Monday, 14th day of October. Happy you're here.
We're so happy you're here. Some of y'all have kids home from school.
Yeah.
Hanging out, so we'll keep it PG.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Is that what you're telling them?
Oh, yeah.
So it's back, y'all. I know you've been wondering what happened to it, but it's back. We're
What is
talking
it?
about
What is it?
the Victoria's Secret fashion show. People have been wondering. It hasn't been around in 6
What?
years. Yeah.
It hasn't been on in 6 years?
No, it's been one of those things that just went by the wayside. And then when they come back, though, they come back with a vengeance. You know who's going to be there?
Tell us who.
I'll tell you. Tyra Banks.
What?
Gigi Hadid.
Yes.
Bahati Prince, Lou Levine, Adam
my
Levine's
gosh.
wife. But that's not even the big news.
No. Tell me the big news. Tell it to me. Tell it
I'll
to
tell
us.
it to you.
Drop it.
The headliner who is going to perform at this event's first ever all-female lineup, along with Tyla, is Cher.
Cher. I mean, how amazing is that? Also, may we point out that this weekend, Cher will also formally be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Can we just say that's so interesting? Victoria's Secret is an all-female whole
I know.
situation. Because you think about Victoria's Secret
Yes.
being about, you know,
Panties.
panties. But it's not.
I actually hate the word panties,
I do
but we
too.
just said it in unison.
What?
No, it's about empowering
Yeah,
women.
it's cool.
All the women are going to be there. And don't you love that Cher is 78 years old?
That's
and she's
unbelievable.
Absolutely rocking it. Rocking it.
Can you believe these women who are like 78? She's 78 years old. Ina Garten is
I know.
78 years old. I mean, look at these. Can you double check that? Just in case.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure.
I'm like, is she? I think she is.
Yeah, but
Because
I mean-
you know, Jeffrey went to school with my dad, and my dad's 78 years old.
Oh.
77.
70, what? 76.
76.
But it's in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
You know
close
what I
enough.
mean?
Yeah.
But that, I mean, I'm just saying these women who are doing all kinds of cool and interesting things, like,
In
I
their
think it's
70s.
neat.
Oh,
I love
gosh,
it.
it's just amazing.
What's our favorite Cher song?
Well, I just like it when you were Cher. Remember when you did that with your hair?
I liked you. You as Sunny might have been one of my favorite acts. You know why? You love to rock a mustache. Look at you with your hand on your hip. You forgot that you're Sunny.
No,
okay?
Sonny did that.
I don't know. Were you
Sonny
trying to be
put
in
his
character?
I actually watched hours and hours of Sonny to get into that part, okay? And Sonny would do this.
How about with the bangs? Remember those
The
bangs you had?
God,
You were
that
just
was so
really
fun.
cute.
Halloween's coming up, by the way.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you about it. But
Okay.
We'll talk later. Okay, you guys, there's this huge discussion that's gone completely viral, we think. A woman on Reddit shared how a fellow passenger asked her for her daughter to put away her iPad.
Okay, let us make it clear. So
Yes.
there's
Sitting next to
a
each other.
mother and daughter, and the daughter is on the iPad. Over here
Yeah.
nearby is another parent and child.
Yes.
And this parent over here says to that woman, "Excuse me, could you please ask your child not to play with the iPad because my child is not allowed to have an iPad on a plane. So could you not make my child
Feel bad.
want that? Something they can't have."
Yeah, this mother. Who
And the
was-
mother replied what?
No. The mother said, no, I will not.
No.
My child, this is traveling. We're just surviving. My child is allowed to use the iPad.
What would you have done?
I said the exact same thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would have been aghast because here's the thing. Not everybody is allowed the same stuff. That's like my child eating a cookie in front of your child and you being like, oh, don't let your kid eat something.
Please don't, because my kid can't have a cookie. You're right. You're right. That's exactly right. So I think parents, first of all, you got to kind of parent your own child. And part of that, I think, is you don't get what they get.
Yeah.
They might have cool headphones. You're
Yes.
not getting those.
Guess
they
what
might
happens?
Have,
There's going to be uncomfortable moments in parenting.
Kids are going to have things that you are not allowed to have.
Totally.
I
and
want
it
what
happens.
they have.
I mean, I don't let my kids are not getting cell phones. We've talked about this for a while.
Yeah.
Mila's in 6th grade. Almost all of her friends have cell phones.
Oh, jeez.
But guess what? It's not that hard. You just say no. You just say, sorry. This in our family, we don't do it. And she stops asking.
Yeah, and it's hard for like a few days.
Yeah, it's hard.
Everybody's
it's not
mad.
easy, but it's also that's what, is parenting supposed to be easy? Are we supposed to say yes to everything our kids want or make everything so comfortable that it's just like
You know what's
easy
interesting?
street?
The fact that the mother asked, like, imagine how far she's going for a kid. She's trying to troubleshoot everything around
I know.
her, because that's not just on the plane, obviously.
No.
If they're in a restaurant and look, parents can do their own parenting.
Yeah, and by the way, in a restaurant, I don't want my kids to have iPads, but also they don't.
But
we're playing telephone. You have to parent.
Right, and if the kids at the other table are on their iPads, that's their business.
Totally.
Like, let people do what they want to do.
Totally.
And don't bug them.
Exactly.
God,
Don't stop
why are we
bugging
so
people.
mad? Why are we so angry?
This is a free country where people can be free.
They are allowed to do and
free.
That's right.
I feel like debate club, my 10th grade, Mr. Wattenberg, was that his name? Debate club got me just prepped for that.
Wait, you were in debate club?
Sure.
Wow. I did not know that.
Well, you don't get that from me?
No, I do get that.
That's
actually.
why, well, I mean,
get
the
that.
great debate, I actually should be better at it. Usually you win, but I think that's just because you're liked more. Okay.
No. All right, so we guys, you know the Macarena, which is a song that we've all
The
sung
Macarena
for years.
is one of the most, do
Macarena,
da 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 Macarena.
So we know
Macarena. Hey, Macarena.
So often you sing lyrics and you're like, I don't know what that means, but I like the beat, I like the dance, I like to be in it. So we've learned something about the lyrics of Macarena, according to the New York Post.
Well, evidently millennials are completely crushed because the Macarena is actually inappropriate. It's very inappropriate. There's wholly inappropriate meaning to Macarena lyrics.
So here's the loose translation. It's about Macarena, who's a girl, and this girl likes to go out dancing and partying.
Okay. We eventually learn she has a boyfriend.
And she cheats on him with his two friends while he's away.
Hey, Macarena. Wait, not just one friend? She goes out with two of them?
Wow.
God,
So what's it?
feisty.
Hey, is that what that
That's
is?
why it's hey, Macarena. Aha. Now I get the aha. I mean, I had no idea.
I did not know.
I did not know. But it's kind of like that time. Remember, I believe he came on our show, Shaggy. And remember Shaggy wrote that song, It Wasn't Me? On the counter, it wasn't him. So I'm doing it in the da-da, it wasn't him.
She saw him, and it was never him.
Guess what? Last year, or a couple years ago, he came out and he said, fine, it was me. Fine.
You're right.
He said, yes, it was me.
He declared it was him.
After telling us for years and years, it wasn't him.
You know what that was? That was gaslighting. That
he
song
gaslit
was
us.
one big gaslight.
God, we've stopped talking about gaslighting. I missed that.
It's so important.
Yeah. And you know what? Macarena, but gaslit us too while we're at it.
All right, we got a great show for you today. Actress Amanda Seyfried is here, and you're going to find out if she'll be in Mamma Mia 3.
But first, we're solving your social dilemmas right after this. All right, it's time to help our viewers navigate some sticky situations in our series,
Hoda and Jenna Social Dilemmas.
Oh, and it's a really special one because this is a modern manners edition from our friends over at Real Simple. We're actually part of that.
We're part of that magazine. Yeah, we are.
Okay, so here's the first one.
Okay.
You ready? A dear friend of mine is a dental hygienist. After a meal, she feels the need to immediately floss. She does this at the dinner table in a restaurant or as soon as we get in the car. Yuck. I feel like she should do this in the restroom, and I have told her so. Is it cool or not cool?
Oh, she told her already? Good.
Yeah, you did what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You've solved that social D all on your own.
She told her.
Yeah, but she's still doing it.
Oh, well, that's just passive aggressive. I think now she's like, like.
Ew.
That's what
she's actually flossing, or she just has a toothpick.
She said she's flossing, and because she's a hygienist, she wants to get all the stuff out. But here's the thing: there are certain things that I feel like are like no bueno in public.
Yeah.
The sound of someone clipping their nails on a plane.
On a plane?
Well, because you can't escape.
Have you been in a place?
Yes. I've heard snap.
On an airplane?
Yeah. Yes. I've heard it.
Oh, Rainy's heard it too.
Of course.
God, I haven't.
But there are certain things I think that you should do in the bathroom.
Okay, so
what about blow your nose? Are you going to do it in the plane in front of everybody?
Probably. You know I am. I'm sorry. Sometimes when you blow your nose, you just have to blow your nose, and I can do it right now, but I'm going to wait and do it in public. But I will say this.
What?
I think you just say, you can just say, like, listen, you know I have a thing with nasty teeth.
She told
I have a
her
thing
already.
with teeth. Yeah, but so how are we solving this?
I don't know.
I have a thing with teeth, and I just, as I mentioned last week, and, and I love you, and as I mentioned last week, can you please do that away from me?
Yeah, just face somebody else. Just
Ew.
turn over that way. Okay, here's the next one. After several years of trying, I'm excited to finally be pregnant. Wow. You do
That's
it?
so
Because
good.
I was thinking about the teeth thing.
Okay, sorry, the teeth. Okay, but while I'm over the moon about our first baby, I'm a little disappointed that neither a close friend nor my sister has volunteered to throw me a baby shower, especially since I hosted them showers. Do I have the right to be upset? Yes.
God,
I think you should call your sister and say, what are you doing, sissy?
Yeah.
Throw me a baby shower.
Of course.
And then they're going to say,
maybe they're both busy, or maybe they each thought the other was throwing it. You think maybe the best friend thought the sister was throwing it, and the sister thought the best friend was?
I think that if you're close with them, like,
I think just say, hey, kids, Mama needs a stroller.
Yeah.
Let's have a baby shower.
I need some wipes. Love you.
Yeah. I think you got to say something in that particular case.
And by the way, whenever you have those conversations, then you're not mad.
I know. And there's probably a reason that they
Or maybe it's a surprise shower.
I think you just cracked the case.
It's a surprise shower.
Don't ask then.
No, she needs to ask. Because if it's not a surprise shower.
Well, then you were wrong. Okay, go on.
Okay, there's the last one. My husband and I were ghosted by a woman we've been friends with for years. We are grown adults in our 50s. We've reached out to her several times to ask what we can do to fix our friendship, but she always is too busy. We have a neighborhood event next week, and we know we're going to see her.
That's not good.
It's going to be awkward. How should we handle it? I think you just ghost her right back. Is that bad?
Yes. That's
I just mean if she ghosted you.
No, stop being a baby.
Maybe she's Casper and she's friendly. You don't need to go up and chat.
No, I think, you know what you do? You go at the thing, you just say, hey, how are you? Like, just a normal, pleasant hello. You have no ill will. You don't even know what happened. You're just like, hey,
and
girl.
Also, maybe she didn't ghost. Maybe she's going through something. How do you know if somebody ghosted? Have you been ghosted before?
Well, look, if they say we keep trying.
You have never been ghosted before.
I'm sure I have. I just don't recall. I'm sure I have. But, unless it's like one of my nearest and dearest, I don't know that I would notice.
No, because you're probably dual ghosting.
But I think that she should be super polite, not cold shouldery, and just be like, hey, are you good?
It doesn't have to be awkward if you change the narrative.
You get to decide if it's awkward, but it is a little bit strange.
I know.
I know, sad. If you have a social dilemma, tell us about it. Modern Manners at realsimple.com.
Coming up next, actress and animal lover Amanda Seyfried stops by with her four-legged bestie right after this. Emmy and Golden Globe winner Amanda Seyfried has starred in some of our favorite films over the past 2 decades, from musicals like Mamma Mia to comedies like Mean Girls.
She's also a mother of 2 who lives on a farm with more animals than we can count. And today, she brought along her bestie, though. Finn is with us. You've got your 2 kids and you've got all your animals, but this guy right here, this is your first. Tell us about Finn.
Oh God, he's, I don't know how I would have done life without him. I think back and I think my early 20s in Hollywood and working all the time and moving, cities and countries, like, how would I have fared? I think I was very grounded because of him. I had a lot of responsibility and, he was my best friend. He's my constant. He's 15.
He's 15.
He's a nice guy.
He's a beautiful boy.
Yeah. Beautiful boy.
And you call him your soulmate.
He's my soulmate for sure. There's no, there's no question.
What's he like with your kids?
He's very protective. I think he doesn't like to play rough, so he makes it very clear to my son that when he's playing too rough, he growls a little bit. But he's great. He's so sweet. He's a sweetheart. He's a peaceful guy. He's always been.
You could, by the way, you can feel his vibe.
I feel
so Halloween's knocking on the door. We know your kids probably have costumes. Yep. What are they? And is Finn going to dress up too?
Finn, we're between Beetlejuice and a witch, basic witch. And I don't know. I don't know.
For Finn?
For Finn.
Finn could be Beetlejuice?
Yeah, there's an actual Beetlejuice
dog costume
with a little bit of a bald and then the hair.
Oh, you got to do
Y'all go big in your house, right? Do you do family costumes?
Huge. We don't do family costumes, actually. The kids are all over the place.
Yeah,
they have
They
17.
want to do their own thing.
Yeah.
I know.
So
I
we're
hear
still
you.
not sure.
See, my son is 5, and so I can still convince him of things. So
What's he gonna be?
He's gonna be a Ninja Turtle, and I'm just bought a green jumpsuit.
So you'll be twins.
So that because for some time he won't want to be with me, but he still does.
So you have a jumpsuit.
I have a jumpsuit with a shell.
Oh, great. Okay, I was going to say, you didn't say the shell, and I was like, well,
Sorry, so basically, I'm forcing my costume on him. Y'all have a
Fine.
huge Halloween party. We're going to just come. We're going to show up.
Is it a fun one? Your house?
Yeah, there's going to be fog this year.
Fog.
Yeah.
Y'all
Every
really?
year we go up a step. And then next year I'll try to get some producer to come and produce it for me. But
Now,
Yeah.
Mamma Mia is one of our favorites.
yeah.
It's one of your kids' favorites. It's one of everyone's
It's one of
favorites.
my kids' favorites.
So it's a long way of saying, let's go ahead and go with the Mamma Mia 3.
I don't know what we're waiting
What
for.
are we waiting for?
I-
Everybody's available.
So are they saying it's happening to you?
I mean, there's so many people involved.
don't know who
but-
they is, but-
Exactly, they. I think when we talk about Judy Kramer, who created the show on stage in the West End originally, she would say, yeah, absolutely, we're working on it. And if you talk to any of the actors, they'd be like, we're down, let's do it.
Let's go.
Where's the next party? But it's the studio behind it is we got to keep knocking out their door.
Isn't that
We're
funny?
knocking.
It's so successful.
I don't know
I've
who the
been
studio
knocking.
is, but we're knocking right now. Let's go. Everybody wants to see it.
Universal.
Oh, it's Universal.
Oh, it's us.
Hello.
Oh, it's our studio.
So we'll just cross the street here at 30
That's
Rock and knock on some
correct.
I
doors.
think we know where we're going to go.
I think we certainly do.
We need to do it. Okay,
I know,
well, we
I
have to
know.
talk about this little guy, too, and why you're here. So tell us about your partnership.
Okay, so pet insurance. Let's talk about pet insurance. I should have gotten it. Everybody I know nowadays has it because it's so smart. And the truth is, Finn's been through a lot of health stuff. Okay, we're really lucky that he's here. He's been through a lot of chemo. He's got a lot of specialists, a lot of vet bills. And I'm really lucky that I can afford it.
Yeah.
But it's been really stressful, and Care Credit is this credit card that's really connected to health and well-being. And now for your pets, which is also very important. And when you're at the vet and you're stressed because something's happening, it's an emergency, it's surgery, it's anything that can happen with your animals that happens suddenly, and then you're looking at the bill, and the bill comes, and you're just like, and most people just can't fathom that bill or deal with it, but you have to pay for it right away. Because Pets Best is connected to the Care credit card, it gets reimbursed automatically into your account by submitting one form, and it's just like
Simple.
It's
Amazing.
simple because
Yeah.
it's traumatized. It's God. Pets are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Almost as much as kids.
Well,
Yes.
we know you love your pet, and we know
do.
he's going to turn 15 pretty soon.
When's his
He
birthday?
is 15.
Well,
When's his
just
birthday?
turned September
Well,
23rd.
okay.
We have a little doggy
We didn't know
cake.
that he had a cake, so we wanted to
Well, he
make sure.
didn't have a cake.
Well, now he does.
We have 2.
I'm not sure. There he is.
Picture of him on it.
Oh, this is almost.
Birthday.
Oh my God, this is
Happy
almost
birthday, Finn.
So when I was 2 years ago and he turned 13, I had a cake from a little cake in New Jersey
Let's look at the face.
of his entire head made, because this is what we do in our home.
Wait, can you all see it?
Is it
I'm sorry,
dog
but
friendly
we
or-
have to.
Can I eat it?
It's dog friendly.
Well, we'll save it, and you'll decide.
Here, he
All
can eat it. Are you
I
sure?
don't
I'll
know.
feed it
No,
to him.
let's
What?
Let's wait. We
He's
don't-
15.
He's 15.
He can have whatever he wants.
Oh, for real? You want me to put it
yeah.
down?
Yeah, let's put it down.
Okay, she says.
Are y'all sure? Yes. Okay. We don't know.
I think we should wait. I think
what
we
does
should
it
wait.
taste like? You might be
Chocolate.
eating dog food. Is it dog food? Oh no.
Yeah, it's not for us.
Oh no, it's dog food.
It's not for us. It's not for us.
Oh, okay. All right.
That reminds me of when I was 2.
By the way,
water.
it's beautiful.
Wait, can we get some water for her?
No, it's great. It's great. It's amazing. Guys, thank you.
You're welcome. We love you.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Really.
coming up next, Next Level Chef is in the kitchen with a couple of tasty dishes that are perfect for tonight's dinner. After this. Wait, you said it was coconut. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day, and we're marking this occasion with Chef Piet Despain. You probably recognize her as the Season 1 winner of Gordon Ramsay's Next Level Chef.
How fun was that? Piet loves to combine the flavors of her Native American and Mexican heritage, and you can follow along today by scanning that QR code and get this recipe. I mean, you won that show. How amazing.
Yeah, it was a little terrifying.
I was going to say, you got to have sharp elbows to hang in there on those. All right, talk to us about what you're making today.
Yeah, so today I wanted to showcase a very beautiful recipe for you. It's the Three Sisters stuffed poblano pepper. So given the nature of the day, Indigenous Heritage Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, I wanted to showcase some of our culturally significant foods. Beans,
so talk
corn.
about the Three Sisters.
Yes, so the Three Sisters are beans, corn, and squash. So together these make the perfect protein, and it's actually a planting method that Indigenous people use to sustain their tribes and their communities. And each of these have a very specific and special meaning to our culture.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
Okay, so tell us what we should do. Put us to work.
Absolutely. So we're going to start off with cutting up some of our zucchini. So we want them to be a small dice. So if you think of the ratio between beans and corn and squash, you want them to be kind of like the same, you know, like, cut there. So you're just going to cut that really nicely.
Okay.
And then once you have all of that prepped out, we'll put some onions and saute them in a pan until they're nice and translucent.
Do you put oil in here too?
You can put some oil in there. That way it kind of keeps things from sticking to the bottom of your pan.
Yeah.
It smells really good.
It's starting to smell good. So you can go ahead and add each of these ingredients.
Beans.
We'll do the corn.
Now that corn is not cooked, or it is cooked?
So this corn is actually previously cooked. You can use fresh corn and frozen. Frozen usually has like a par cook to it.
Okay.
And then it's frozen.
And what about the beans? You've cooked them too, or you either from the can? Or,
the can, or you can like cook them down yourself. Yeah.
Okay, and what are those?
So we have some flavor profiles here of garlic.
Yummy.
We have cumin. We have some paprika. You can also put a chili powder in here or a natto spice. And my favorite herb is fresh thyme.
Oh.
Yes. So thyme is indigenous to the Americas, and so this really helps kind of bring some of the herby profile, flavor profiles to this dish as well.
So how long do you let these three
you kind of let them simmer there with those spices for anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
And if you had a lid, this would be a perfect place to put your lid on and just allow all those flavors to really marry together and meld.
It's beautiful.
So the most important part is going to be charring your poblano peppers.
Yeah, how do you do that?
You can do this over an open fire grill, or if you have like a gas stove, you have that open flame. I usually just put my peppers right there on that flame, and they will start to char
and look like that.
And look like that.
Yeah.
Are you trying to peel that off, or you want that on there?
Yes, we want to peel the skin off. This just allows that smoky flavor to get into the poblano pepper, but also it cooks it and it softens it. Once you start to put it into a bowl or a Ziploc, you can steam it, which makes the skin easier to peel off.
Come off.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
great.
can hear it popping.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I kind of love that.
Yeah.
The smell.
It smells great. We were saying though, tell one and how many peppers is spicy.
Yeah, about 1 and 7 of the poblano peppers
like
will be
random?
really spicy.
Well, it's like shishito. You know, have you ever had the shishito where all of a sudden you get a hot one?
But you don't know?
You don't know.
Okay,
Peppers
that is random.
That's how peppers are. They're
Peppers are
crazy.
beasts of their own. You have to be careful with them sometimes.
Okay, so here we go. This is peeled, right?
Yes, so once you peel it, you can use your hands or even a paper towel and just kind of scrape it off.
the stuff.
And then you want to remove like the little seeds and the membranes that are inside.
because that could make it spicy.
So here you just kind of like put a slit down the side, and you can get your filling there and just stuff the poblano pepper. I'm going to have you do this part too.
Okay.
So that way you can get some practice in. So when you do this at home.
So we know how
when
to
you do that at home tomorrow for kids.
Exactly.
And it usually takes about like 2 to 3 of those spoonfuls.
To fill it all. You want to fill it full.
Exactly.
And are you going to cook it again, or is that?
So you can actually eat them just like this
just
if
like
you wanted
that.
to, because everything's cooked. But I like to stuff them, put them into
a little bit
an
more.
oven and roast them.
So they're warm.
Exactly.
Okay, tell us about the sauce you're making.
So this is going to be a raw pumpkin seed crema, a sauce that goes over these beautiful stuffed poblanos. It's kind of like the cloak that covers these beautiful ingredients. So I soak my
pumpkin seed. This is so crazy.
I love it.
It's different.
I love that. Okay, so you put the pumpkin seeds.
Yes, you put the pumpkin seeds that you've soaked either overnight, or you can get boiling hot water and soak them for about 4 hours. It just softens them because if you feel the texture, they're a little too dry.
Yeah.
When you have them soaked, it just allows them to like break down a lot faster. You'll do some cilantro, which is pretty prominent in Mexican food. You do some oil, neutral cooking oil, and then you have cumin, salt, garlic clove, and
Oh my gosh,
some lime juice.
beautiful.
And that's going to turn into this sauce you
Yes,
have
look
right
at this
there.
beautiful sauce.
Yes, and you can also put some water, like about a cup in there,
Yeah.
and then you blend it. And then once you blend it, you have this sauce that's
So what are we doing with that? We're putting it on top of the poblano?
Yes, this is going to be the
What?
topping to your poblano.
Thank
So you
you.
have all these
welcome.
like ingredients that are, you know, soft, but you want a sauce that pairs with it.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah, more.
Let's
Yeah.
do this.
That looks good.
The sauce looks gorgeous.
Oh, you have some. Okay, perfect. So here we have this one. I guess this one's for me.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
And you can adjust this.
Wait,
this
it's
recipe.
spicy. Why is mine spicy? Is yours?
That might be that 1 in 7 you got.
I got 1 in 7.
You got the 1 in 7.
Is yours hot too?
Maybe we got half. Did we share one?
You can hear one. Yeah.
Woo, Nelly!
You both got the spicy peppers.
Girl.
A good
Something
way to garnish these also is doing some toasted
getting
pepitas on the
some-
top.
Something hot just happened in my mouth. Yeah, this is beautiful. And also you have this gorgeous dessert, which you could serve with it, right?
Yes, so this is called wajapi and a sweet corn cake. Oh my gosh, she's really going in back
What is
there.
this?
Whatever we had was hot.
Yes.
What is it?
And so this
I'm eating the cake.
It doesn't matter.
kombucha.
Oh
Oh
my God, this combination is going to be really intense.
my gosh.
Have you ever had kombucha before?
This is real weird. But by the way, it's really good.
It's good.
It's
but
really
you guys
good.
got the spicy
And this
peppers.
cake is amazing.
So this is a sweet corn cake here, and of course you have the berries, the wajapi on top.
Can I try this?
Of course.
This you need to because
You got to cool your palate.
it's not always so spicy. We just
No.
this is the luck that we have.
the luck,
Yes.
unfortunately.
By the way.
Yeah.
Poblanos are normally really mild.
You are so talented and lovely. So thank you so much for being here today. Isn't that
This
amazing?
is nice.
That's insane, too.
To get
yeah.
these
Love it.
recipes, head to today.com/food.
Coming up next, best-selling author Susie Welch, and she's going to tell you why you might want to thank all the negative people in your life. Coming up after this.
Making Space, Unexpected Teachers is sponsored by United Healthcare Medicare Plans. Reliable Medicare coverage for your whole life ahead.
All right, so Susie Welch is not only one of our very good friends, she also happens to be a New York Times best-selling author and a professor at NYU's Stern School of Business. And recently, she wrote an open letter that got a huge response.
Sure did. In it, she thanks some of the negative people in her past who've helped shape her future. Susie, hi. I mean, I think that, first of all, this is brilliant. It's titled A Love Letter to People I've Hated, and hated is a strong word, but you just mean to anybody that's rubbed you the wrong way or been hard on you, right?
No, I mean hate. I mean, let me just
Let's
be
go.
blunt. I mean, look, I don't like the word hate either, and we try not to feel hate, but we're human beings, and sometimes we feel hate. And my point was, I am always teaching my students, look to your positive role models, who do you want to be like? And then I thought, I have been so shaped by the people who made me feel very bad and negative feelings. And of course, you try to get rid of those feelings of hate, but they're teaching you something that's super important about yourself and who you want to be.
One of the people you thanked was your grandmother.
Yeah.
So tell us about that relationship.
Yeah.
What was that about?
All right, so I mean, this is a hard one because she was a really remarkable woman. Her name was Francesca. She was a Italian immigrant, and she helped raise me. And I had a very fraught relationship with her. I wish I hadn't because she was amazing, but I had such a negative relationship with her because she was sadly filled with bitterness and anger for how her life had turned out. And look, that was the way it was in those days. She didn't have a lot of options.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I never want to be like her. And she makes me feel frustrated and scared of how much I want from the world. And it took me a lot of years to unpick why I had these negative feelings towards her. And sadly, she was gone. I never got a chance to thank her for teaching me about what I wanted my life to be like. And I wish she hadn't had the life she had.
Right.
I mean, and what you wanted your life to be like was very different
I
than
didn't want
hers.
to be feeling bitterness.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw her bitterness, which kind of is a poison, isn't
Yeah.
it? I thought, I don't want any of that. So I learned what one of my values was. One of my values was being not estranged from people, no matter what the cost, okay? I wanted not to be in estrangement. That was a value I had to learn, and I learned it by watching her be in estrangement.
What about your boss? There was a boss who you couldn't bear.
A tough boss.
Oh my God. All right, so
She said couldn't bear because
I want to say, like, I hated him for what he made me feel. So this was one of my earliest bosses at the Miami Herald, and he had a mentality, which was you had to break people before you made them. I was a young girl. I mean, I was 21 years old. I had just left college, and there I was I was actually in the Fort Lauderdale bureau, and he was just mean, and he made me feel small and worthless. And when I thought I did something great or I didn't achieve it, he said, you think you're so great, and he diminished me and hurt me. And so, but I'm grateful to him because he taught me what kind of boss I didn't want to be, and I want now to encourage all the young women who work for me and to make them feel celebratory about their successes.
Can I ask you something? Did he also teach you, because anyone who pushes you into an emotion or a feeling or a way of being that's not normal for you changes you a little bit, but also stretches you because how much you can because I had a boss who was really mean, and that boss gave me now I have
take anything.
I can take things, so I learned that. And if someone had been yay Hoda, blah, blah, I don't know if I would have had any kind of
especially young,
and I think actually when we survive these people who make us have these negative feelings, it does teach us how strong we are and how resilient we can be. And he did stretch me, and he made me realize that good was not good enough, that excellence was what the standard had to be. That was a very important lesson. He didn't have to be as destructive.
He didn't have to be cruel.
This whole idea, I thought I was surviving him, but what I was doing was I was reinventing myself to be a stronger, more resilient adult. So I'm grateful to him.
I want to thank him right here. Okay, you say that feeling hate is actually more than just a feeling. It's also why? Take it in as a lesson. Why do you feel this way?
Well, I think negative feelings are data. All feelings are data, and we don't then with our negative feelings we look away from them. We don't want to touch them. Oh, I don't want to be feeling that. But I say look into them, figure out what they're telling you. It's all data to figure out our values, and we really can't figure out our purpose in life unless we know our values. This is very hard work. This is real excavation work. So stare into them and understand that they're not things to run away from, but to stare into and open up. That's hard.
You teach a great course on purpose at NYU, and we are so privileged because we are going to Miraval in Austin for a wellness weekend. The course that you teach at NYU, some of the life lessons you are going to bring to the women who are coming.
Which is amazing.
You are fantastic. I mean, you're a fantastic person. I was so happy when you were free for that weekend.
Thank you for coming.
To be there. It's going to be a great weekend at Miraval in Austin.
I mean, all the people that couldn't get into your class get to take it now.
I know.
How amazing is that?
I can't wait.
Thank you, Susie. Coming up next, the category is fun. We're playing one of our favorite games right after this.
All right, it's time to let loose, and we're going to play one of our favorite games.
Categories. And there's only one person that can host this.
Only one.
Our associate producer, Ben.
Come on, Ben.
Hi, ready to let loose with some categories?
Let's let loose.
All right, so today you are playing categories for Robin from Ocean City, Maryland. She's celebrating a birthday.
I love Robin.
So here's how it works.
70.
We here at Hoda and Jenna Game Headquarters have come up with a list of names along with a category. So for each round, you'll just have to figure out which 5 names correctly fit into the category, and if you get 3 strikes, the round is over. If you get them all right, Robin wins a prize. Ready?
That's what we're working for.
All right, so for the first round, you'll be playing to see if Robin goes home with a Hoda and Jenna mug. Ready?
Okay. By the way, that's a collector's item.
That is a big
That's
item
a collector's item these days.
Let's get our 8 names on the board. First round, your category is Lady Gaga albums. Big name in music right now. 5 of these are hers, 3 are not.
I know one. Okay, Born This Way.
Yep, that's correct.
Chromatica.
Chromatica is correct.
The Fame Monster.
Yep, that's also correct.
This is no, it's not. Art Pop.
Art Pop is correct. Yep, just need one more.
I Am Lady Gaga?
No, that's a Beyonce album. I Am Sasha Fierce.
Okay. You know, you don't have to rub it in.
Well,
Cannibal.
Cannibal is a Kesha album.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Wait, Cheek to Cheek.
Yeah, that's her album with Tony Bennett. You got it.
Okay.
Oh, Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
Yes,
yep,
of course.
Exactly. All right, so
let's go.
Next round, prize gets bigger. Copies of each of your books.
Come on.
Let's get our 8 names on the board. Your category, Trader Joe's, is up to it again. These are pumpkin products at Trader Joe's. 5 really are real, 3 are made up.
Pumpkin spice corn dogs.
No.
What are you doing? Rub these by me.
Pumpkin body scrub.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. Very exfoliating.
Pumpkin sparkling water.
No. Why didn't you ask me? I was going to say no to that. Pumpkin Greek yogurt.
Yes, that is correct.
Of course it
That's
is.
real.
Okay, mini spicy pumpkin samosas.
Yeah, that is real.
Yeah, those are real. Okay, not Cochio Peppy. Pumpkin maple bacon dog treat.
Yep, of course. Dogs got to eat. That's real.
Pumpkin cheesecake croissants.
You got it.
Yes, let's go. No Cacio e Pepe. They wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't.
Oh, don't leave her hanging, Hoda.
Sorry, I was focusing on me.
Of course, yeah. All right, final round, Hoda and Jenna swag bag.
Let's go, get the bag.
Let's get the sweets.
It's the most important one.
Let's get our 8 names on the board. Now your category is movie sequel titles. 5 5 of these are real, 3 are made up.
Sister Act 2 back in the habit.
Yep, it's a great pun.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yep, that's real.
Hold on.
Miss Congeniality 2.
Yep, absolutely. Armed and Fabulous.
Oh, Alvin and the Chipmunks, the squeak one.
Of course, the
I'll watch that this weekend. Yep.
Just need one more correct answer.
Okay, no. Get rid of that.
Lego Movie 2, second part.
You got it.
Yes.
It's the second part.
Sweep.
That's a sweep.
Excellent.
That's a sweep. We swept for Robin. Happy birthday, Robin. She's going home with all the prizes.
Oh, way to go, Robin.
Thank you, Ben.
Happy 70th.
Okay, we'll be back right after this. We do the
Just give us anything kid-related. Coming up tomorrow, Pamela Anderson will be here.
That's our good friend Henry Winkler stops by.
And a performance by Grammy-winning rock band Elevation Worship.
Okay, we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.